and Edgar Solis coming with a presentation from our Hispanic Ministries Standing Committee.
Jesus moved into our neighborhood. Do we have eyes to see him? In worlds today, people are forced to move, some escaping war and violence, hunger and exploitation. Others in endless search for survival or success. Refugees, children trafficked for war and sex. Immigrants and ruthless business elites. Children, women and men who have no option but to painfully break ways forward with tears and often blood. With empty bellies and scorched throats, or bloated bellies and empty hearts, to places they will rarely be allowed to call home. Where is God in relation to these uprooted people? And where are those who claim to follow Jesus? Where are we called to be? Jesus moved into our neighborhood. Do we have eyes to see him?
Good afternoon. Buenas tardes, damas y caballeros. My name is Nitza Dovenspike, and besides being the pushy, obnoxious mom of a couple of daughters, I'm also the chairperson of the Hispanic Standing Committee. And today what we want to do is share 3 stories on how Hispanic Ministries is doing new places for new people. So now let's watch and reflect on these 3 stories.
My name is Ventura, and I'm from Guatemala. It's a very small country in Central America. I came to Iowa when I was 9 years old. My mother decided to bring us here. Growing up, I just felt a big emptiness in my heart, and I really wondered, what am I here for? Like, what am I here for? When I got married and with my husband, and we had our kids, we had a house, we had a good job, I was in school. One day, I said to my husband, we just need to start looking for a church, and a church that we feel God's presence. One day, I was just looking at the newspaper, and I saw this article from a pastor that was from Honduras. She was coming to Anglo Church, but being a Latina herself, she felt like she wanted to start a Latino congregation. And I just looked at it, read it, and I was like, okay. And then one Sunday morning, I woke up with this feeling in my heart, you have to go to that church and go see what's in there, you know? So I woke up and I said to my husband, okay, this is enough. We have to find a place. And came in, and here was this woman, pastor, very loving person, very nicely greeted me, and hi, how are you, and kissed me, and she said, we're starting the service here today. And I said, wow. I feel like God brought me here that same day. I didn't know God the way I know him now, in such a personal way that not just when I come to church, but every day, when I'm washing dishes, when with my kids, when I'm at school. He's there with me all the time.
My name is Sofia Sandoval, and I came from El Salvador. I came to the United States when I was 11 years old. So it was my mom's decision to bring us over here because of the civil war that our country was going through. Having my husband in the hospital suffering a stroke made a big change in my whole family's life. Our church has been a great support for us through all this time. Even though we're not from the same country, we love each other, we care for each other, and when one of us cry, we all cry together. And when we all celebrate together. So when my husband was in the hospital, they all went to visit him. I had to stop working for the first 3 months. So I needed help. And I looked for it at church. Pastor Marvin at that time, Pastor Chris, everybody kept asking me, praying. They have been a great support.
Hi, my name is Juan Coca. I'm from Romania. I grew up with a German friends. And we write letters and they come and visit every year, and that's when I caught the idea I have no future in my country. So at 18 years old, I'm trying to escape my country. I got caught. I was young. 19 at the time. In prison, they treat me very bad. I didn't spend much time when I get out of prison, about, again, 2, 3, 4 months, and I try again. I came in the United States in 1989. I started a new life as an immigrant. It was pretty hard not having my mother, my father, my brothers. I didn't have nobody in this country. I started my life pretty rough with a lot of alcohol and a lot of problems. In 12 years, I was married 3 times. Just nothing was working for me. My wife, her family were good friends with Lino's family, and I ended up with Lino and Kathy in my house one night coming home, and that's how we met, and we were just talking about work, and just about at the end they want to leave, and Lino was asking if in Romania, as an Orthodox, we believe in God, and I told him, oh yeah. And he was like, well, can you tell me just a percentage, then how much you think you have Jesus in your heart? For Lino to ask me that, just take a hammer and smack me, because I feel very bad. That was no percentage. I never understand, remember, I never knew, I never read the Bible. That night, I told Mary, well, look, I want to talk about God, and probably open the Bible my first time in my life. There was one question, and I will die with this, and I will remember this one question that changed me to be a Christian.
We try to tell everybody in our congregation, you know, if you meet somebody, you be friendly, you know. If we say we're Christians, we need to reflect that. We need to be like Christ. Who is Jesus? He's a friend, he's loving, that's who you want to be.
That they're not alone, that you know what they're going through because you already went through that. and let them know that you can help them in anything they need.
The Hispanic Standing Committee wants to be here as a resource for you. So either contact your representatives in the committee or send us a note. We want to be here to help. We are willing to travel, willing to open to speak to your congregations on the possibilities of ministering to Hispanics. So I just want to say thank you for your support. And like we say in Spanish, Dios los bendiga. God bless.